Hey my thrifty friends, what is up? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess shop. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to do a chatty work with me again. I have a ton of inventory. I don't know, can you guys like see all this? I think I have about, I don't know, maybe 70 to 90 items that I have listed, put in my inventory bags, like all my numbered bags, and just haven't put away into my inventory system. So this is the room where I keep all of my inventory. I'll show you guys kind of what's going on here. Oops, I got you on a tripod. This is kind of how I store it all. I have one side here, and then this is my second side, and I have like a laptop there where I do my label printing. I have been listing like a maniac the last week and a half. I haven't really been putting things away, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. Time to get some work done. I also have a bunch of shipping to do. My weekly sales are like really crazy right now. I am hitting my sales mark of like, I don't know, I feel like what November usually is for me right now. Things are definitely picking up. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very excited about this. I'm ready for it. And I'm just like listing and sourcing everything that I can find that's fall and winter that falls into my profit margin range, what I'm hoping for. But yeah, I have some notes and things that I am going to talk about, things that have been brought up in the comments, and just some general stuff. I have been watching some other resellers videos just to kind of see what's been going on, because I'm really busy. As you guys know, like I work 2 to 3 days a week, usually 12-hour shifts. And then I usually do my business on like Thursday, Friday, and then we're always gone Friday come 4 o'clock. Like we're gone for the weekend, whether we're to the mountains or to the lake, we are doing something. So I have to cram in a lot of work, and I have to be very, very focused on the days that I am focusing on my business. And I just don't have a lot of extra time to consume, whether it's social media or other YouTube content creators. That being said, I have been consuming some stuff just to kind of see what people are picking up, what's going on in other resellers' worlds, and just trying to kind of stay in the loop. So I have some notes, things that I've heard other people talk about that I was like, ooh, I actually have my own opinion on that. And some questions that you guys have brought up in the comments that I thought would be good. Let's just get going. The first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to actually just kind of flip the camera here. First thing that I have to do is sort through this. I have my bins set up 1 to 200, and then 200 to I think like 350, and then all my sweaters. I don't do very many shoes just because they take up so much room for storage, so I just have 3 bins there, and I think I have a couple totes in the garage, and then my jackets. This is kind of how I store things after I've listed them. I fill an IKEA bag up, I bring it into this room, and then I put it away. I have a lot of items that actually need to be hung up on hangers, and then my sweaters like this, I put them into a Ziploc bag, and I have bins kind of by color. So these are all like my tan cream colored sweaters. These would all be like blues and greens, things like that. And I put them into this Ziploc bag, which I grab on Amazon. If you go down in the links, I'll show you you can get the size for them. One of these with a sweater in it fit perfectly into the poly mailers I use. And I like that because then it's super easy when I'm doing shipping. I can just pull out my sweaters and I just grab them and literally slide the Ziploc bag right into the poly mailer, flip it up, seal it, stick the label on, and it takes me like 30 seconds to do that. We're gonna get working. I gotta start sorting through this stuff, hanging up the things that have to get hung up, and we're just going to talk. Let's get set up. I think I'm gonna set you guys up here. This way I can kind of work. I have some hangers close to me, and start organizing what I'm doing. First thing I kind of wanted to chat about was with reselling is like the stress of reselling and the pressure, and how I managed to do my reselling business in 2 days a week. When I first started, I really focused on, actually the sweater just sold, so I'm not even going to put it away. I have a couple items here that I'm not even going to put away that have sold already. This Cowichan sweater, this one sold, that Lulu sweater. Yeah, I feel like there's a couple items, so I'm just going to have to kind of keep my eye on them as I'm doing it. All right. So one of the things that I really focused on when I first started reselling was building processes. And I built processes for like every area of my business. I don't know if you've ever worked in like an office, like I don't even think it's just office jobs. I think lots of workplaces do this, but they have like a standard work, which is a standard process. Anyone can come in and do the job, and there's like a standard work process, right? I didn't type one up, but I created each area of my business like a standard work where my husband could come in and do part of my business. If I was working, my kids could do it. They could come in and do shipping. I mean, there's things that no one else does. But, oh, this jacket sold too. I just listed this as well. I kind of wanted to create ways that my family could come in and help me and work, you know, on my business if I was working or I wasn't able to. And in that, it's like building efficiencies. So for me, it's very important to work efficiently, to make sure I'm using best use of my time. This sweater also sold, so I'm not gonna, I'm getting close to you guys. So I'm not gonna put that one away either. Things that you're doing like repetitive tasks. So for me, it's like photographing. Have standard work. Same pictures you take of every single item, same measurements you do for like pants, for sweaters, for jackets, for shirts, whatever. Sourcing, I'm pretty habitual in how I go through the store depending on the season. I always go through all my items. Like I just grab stuff and then at the end I go through my items. I look for flaws. I check comps on anything that I'm unsure about. I actually left 2 things at the thrift store today because when I checked the comps on them, I was like, yeah, okay, this just isn't enough for what I'm paying for it. And then when I get home, it's like putting away my inventory. So I usually wait till I have 1 or 2 IKEA bags. Then I spread it all out. I put them into numerical order. Like I'll do 1 to 200 on one side of the room, 200 to 350 on the other side of the room. And then I just start going through the bins and putting them away. I like to hang all my jackets together and get that done. Now, when I go for shipping, I'm going to have to do a ship with me video because I feel like I ship very efficiently. I'm kind of proud of my shipping system and it could probably benefit people. Like I think most people actually don't create systems soon enough and they feel very flustered, they feel unorganized, they don't know what's going on. And a lot of that I think could be fixed if you just put in processes right from the beginning. I do have a link if you are like a playlist and it's like my reseller tips, and in there I have some definite videos on like an inventory system, my shipping, things like that. So I'd really recommend anyone checking them out. But yeah, I feel like an inventory system is just that's one of those things that the sooner you implement, the more simple things get. Like you won't make as many shipping errors. You will be able to find items all the time. I can come in and ship like, I don't know, probably 15 to 20 items in less than half an hour, which is pretty good because for some people it takes them a half hour just to do 5 items, right? I don't have like a frilly approach to things, but I feel like you don't need to, as long as your items, you know, are good quality, they look nice, fold them nice, put them in a poly mailer. I have thank you stickers. I don't actually do thank you notes. And yeah, just like package things with care, you know what I mean? People will be happy with that. But anyways, it's that inventory system that I think everyone needs to have, and it has a big impact on the organization of your business and your stress level and all that kind of stuff. When you have good processes, you will actually naturally have less stress doing reselling because everything is like clockwork, you know what I mean? One of the other things, actually, I sold one of these sweaters today, so I'm gonna have to toss this up. There's lots of stuff here that has sold that I'm not even going to be putting away. One of the other things that I've heard people talking about that I find so interesting, I can't even believe that we're still having this discussion, and I'm not upset with anyone that doesn't do this. To me, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't affect my business, but measurements. We need to have a conversation about this. There's still a lot of people that don't do it, and if you are one of them, that's totally fine. But honestly, I feel like it makes a really big difference in your listings. People trust when they can see some measurements. You're being honest. You're not trying to hide things. I think when people don't put measurements, sometimes they are like, okay, what are they trying to hide? Is this shrunken? Does this fit right? You know what I mean? I think measurements are like the easiest and quickest thing that you can do on a listing that helps build customer trust, basically, and transparency too. Like, you're not trying to hide anything about sizing. You're putting it in there. But yeah, if you don't do it, I highly recommend it. I think it's a very positive thing to be doing, and I think there's still a lot of people that don't. Now, do I do extra measurements? Like, if someone were to ask me, hey, can you take an additional? It depends. A lot of times I will. I try to have all the measurements included that I feel people commonly ask. But for example, I just had an anthropology jacket. Why does that sound so weird coming out of my mouth? It was an anthro blazer jacket, and she said it was a small petite, and she said, I am a small, but I have broad shoulders, and like I'm wider across my, or broad shoulders or something like that. And she's like, do you think you could take a few extra measurements? And she had asked originally, and I think I forgot about it. Like, I intended, but we weren't home, and then forgot about it. It's not something I really prioritize, but if I'm at home and I remember and I think about it, I will go do it. Anyway, she messaged me and said, I just messaged you. I just added the item to a bundle. Do you think that you could possibly do those additional measurements? And all she wanted was shoulder to shoulder measurement, which I didn't include. And then she also wanted top of shoulder to bottom of armpit. And I was like, oh my Lord, this seems, it's not a lot of work, but you know what I mean? Like, we just complain about it. And I was like, okay, I can do this. So I pulled out the jacket, I did the measurements, and then I thought, you know what, for shits and giggles, I'm actually going to try this jacket on. It was a small petite. I am definitely a large. Now, this was an Anthro brand, so, I mean, usually they do fit like a little bit large. But I tried it on and I was surprised at how well it fit me. So I sent her the measurements and I said, I just want to let you know as well, I am normally a large, and I tried on this, and I consider myself to have like broader, normal to broad shoulders. I'm definitely not a petite shoulder person. And I said, it fit me very well. So if that helps with your decision making, I just wanted to let you know that I tried it on and I feel like it would probably fit you, but here's also the measurements, right? She ended up buying the blazer, and I need to say that is like 1 out of 10 times where I took additional measurements and they still bought damn item. But I just felt like, okay, if I wouldn't have done that measurement, I wouldn't have gotten that sale. So I think you have to pick and choose your battles. Usually you can tell. She did send me quite a long paragraph, and it wasn't like your run-of-the-mill, like, you know, some people, you just know that they're going on a gazillion listings that day and asking people random questions. I didn't get that vibe from her. So I'm happy I did it. That was an example of where doing additional measurements equated to an actual sale, which we all know doesn't happen often. But yeah, I don't know. Do you do measurements? Do you include them? I don't do tape measurements in the photos. I know some people do it that way. I actually just, like, I take all my photos, I'll do batches, say 10, 15 items, and then I hang them on the back of a door, and then I will literally sit on a stool and list them and do the measurement while I'm there. And then I like to feel the material. I usually say if it's lightweight, heavyweight, medium weight, knit, soft, pocket. Like, I kind of do detail, keywording into it, and I find that's easier when I have the item in front of me. And then while I do that, I quickly do the measurements and throw that into the listing. But yeah, I'm curious, what does everyone do? I want to know how many of you, and please comment, even if that's the only comment you leave on my videos. Oh, this sweater sold. Comment and let me know if you include measurements in some form. And if you want to go the little extra mile, let me know how you do it. Do you do it in your photos, or do you type it up in the listing? But yeah, please let me know. Okay, next one. I had someone ask about wholesale. It was just recently. Sorry, I can't remember your name. I'm so sorry, but I did see the comment and I was like, I need to address this. So someone asked if I could touch on wholesale and if I was still doing it, because I was talking about it last year. Here's my take on wholesale, and everyone has a different experience and different opinion on it. I am no longer buying wholesale. What I learned, my key takeaways from buying wholesale was, number one, I guess unless you're getting manifested pallets, you really have no say in what you receive. So you have no choice in what you're sourcing. And I really feel like you're giving your money to a business and like hoping they have your best interest at heart. And I don't feel like they ever really do, because if a company was, you know, awesome at wholesale or liquidation, everyone would buy from them. And I mean, there were points where Quick Lots was doing good, but there was also points when they had misses and the customer service wasn't that great. And I know a lot of people that had bad experiences with them. So sometimes I wonder, did I have a positive experience because I'm an influencer? I hate using that because I don't see myself as an influencer. I see myself just as a mom reselling on the side and sharing her journey. But yeah, like, did I get special treatment because I have a big microphone? And I don't know. So there are parts of me that think it's a possibility. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of backed away from it, because I would never want to talk about something or encourage something that I felt that you guys would get hurt with, or that you know, would damage your business. Because I truthfully, like, the whole point of me starting this YouTube channel was, number one, to share my journey and document it even just for myself. And then also just to help and encourage other people to build a side hustle reselling. So my goal at some point is to do this full time, content creation and reselling. But at this point, it's just to have a profitable side hustle, and I really enjoy it. So, and I feel like I have some good information to give. I've been doing it for over 2 years now and have had a lot of ups and downs, and feel like I can give just good advice, my own personal advice. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a cookie cutter. It's not a one size fits all, but this is what works for me in my business. And I don't recommend wholesale or liquidation, but everyone runs different businesses, right? And Mogi Beth has been doing liquidation, I don't know, for like a year, maybe even 2 years now, and was doing well with it, right? It's just recently that she's switching back, and more because of that disconnect. I love the community of reselling, and I feel like even if I was doing liquidation and I couldn't share where I was purchasing things, because there are things that I keep to myself about my business, and more just because we all do that. Like, anyone that's like, I'm 100% transparent, there are things that we keep to ourselves, right? So I feel like I would find different ways to do content creation. I don't even know where I'm going with that. I recently watched her video where she talked about changing her business model, and I felt really bad for her because she felt really disconnected. And I think for me, because I work full time as well, or like 0.8, I think it's just like just under full-time hours. I have a community at work, and I have a career, and that fills that social part. And then I also have my reselling community and my reselling friends, which I absolutely love. But I have two passions. Like, my first passion is pharmacy, and no, I can't prioritize I have two passions, pharmacy and reselling. And I'm just very fortunate that I can do both of these in a 5-day week, like 5 days a week, and create a good income. So I'm fortunate that I can balance both and have both of them. But I don't, if I knew of a good liquidation or wholesale that could supplement my business, and then I did like thrifting or like buy, sell, trade, consignment, whatever, sourcing just for fun, I would do that, because reselling for me is my side hustle. I am here doing this to make money. I enjoy the community part, I enjoy the social part, but at the end of the day, I am here to have a profitable business. And if I could find a way where the inventory would come to my house and it would make me more efficient, I would do that. But in Canada, we don't have a lot of options in Canada. Everything has to come from the States, 30% exchange rate, duties, custom, taxes, all that kind of stuff. It adds a lot of money. And even sometimes when I try and source online, just buying from stores in the States, it can get crazy because of the exchange rate and then adding shipping onto it. So yeah, I don't know. I wish I had a secret. I want to say if I knew I'd tell you, but I'd probably have to keep it a secret. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that great of a source because everyone would be using it. But in all honesty, I don't. I try my hand at retail arbitrage. That's hit and miss. I think with retail arbitrage for me, a lot of times you are buying out of season. So you're going to buy at the end of the season and you're going to be buying for next year. If you have the capital to put into your business and to sit on that, put that money aside and know that you're not going to make that money back for a couple months, I think there are some opportunities, and depending which brands you sell and what you move the most, I mean, there's thousands of brands that sell, you could do that and do well with it. I don't personally want to have too much money tied up into it, but I think there's a business model that would involve that. And then also just like being careful that you're not buying something that everyone else is buying as well. Okay, so I've had this asked quite a few times, and they're like people reaching out to me where they're like, are you going to sell on Whatnot? Why aren't you on Whatnot? And this is a great topic to talk about because I go back and forth. So number one, I have success on Poshmark. I do have some success on eBay and also Etsy. My main platform is Poshmark. I don't have a lot of time to commit to my reselling business, so I have to focus where I'm making the most profit off of my investments, right? For Whatnot, what concerns me, and this might be a myth, and if you disagree and you think differently, please share in the comments and educate me better and share your experiences or maybe what you've been seeing on the app, because I don't have a lot of extra time to spend on the app, but I definitely am concerned because my cost, not concerned for people, but for me, my cost of goods is quite high compared to a lot of people. And I think there's a lot of people that maybe spend more than me, but the average cost of goods for me can be anywhere from, I don't know, I'm going to say $6 or $7 to, I don't know, up to 20 probably. That would be my average, probably $6 to $20. So to go on to Whatnot, and I feel like to try and compete with people that are doing like $2 or $3 starts, I don't know if I can do that. It worries me because I can't commit all that time to lose money or to barely break even. And sometimes in the time that I have allotted to my business, I'm just getting the sourcing done that I need to list for that week. You know what I mean? Like not even just having extra sourcing to do a live sale on Whatnot. Now, I just watched a video. I don't know if you guys seen this, and I'm going to link it up. I don't personally know her. We don't have any relationship, but I enjoy her content, and it's Recloth something. I can't remember. Anyways, it'll pop up there. And she did a video on her experience on Whatnot, and she's done 2 sales and what she thought. And I felt like I know a lot of people have put out those videos, and I honestly haven't watched a lot of them because I just felt like no matter what they say, I like in my head, I was like, I can't relate because my cost of goods is too high. And that was like probably my own mental block. So she also has a higher cost of goods. And I think that's why I trusted her right away to hear what she had to say. And she gave her experience and like full transparency on it. And she actually kind of opened my mind a little to it again, where I was like, maybe I should try this. So my other holdback on Whatnot is the shipping costs. Because I'm in Canada, the shipping costs are automatically more. Like, I don't know if you're selling on Whatnot and you've sold to Canadians, like if you're in the States and you sold to Canadians and I don't know if you get to see the cost of the shipping label, but for a lot of the sales that I pop into, I always click on the shipping on an item. It's like first item is $25. First item is $25 for shipping. So for me, I actually have to create a bundle to make it worth my while, and I have to get a really good price on items. So I don't know how that works on reverse. Like if I'm trying to sell and I have people from the States trying to buy from me, and your automatic first shipping cost is like $20 or $25, are you going to buy a bunch of stuff from me? And then how big of a sale do I have to have enough items for people to build bundles to justify the shipping cost? Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is me trying to wrap my head around it all, and it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. So I don't know. What are your, like, honestly, what are your guys' thoughts? I'm sure many of you guys are already selling on there or shopping on there. And truthfully, what do you think the experience would be. It's a tough one for me. And yeah, those are my two things. I have a high cost of goods on items, and I sell a lot of items that in my Poshmark closet sell for over $40 or $45, and then the shipping cost. But I would love to hear what you guys think on that, because I just haven't had a lot of time to commit to looking to it. So that's like my whole thought on Whatnot. I think it's an awesome app. I enjoy it. I've like hopped on and watched people. I also worry, like, what if I'm not entertaining enough, right? Like, I don't know, like I feel like I can talk easily. I'm a chatty Cathy, but I've like watched people's shows that are like super entertaining, and I worry, like, what if I'm not entertaining? I don't know. It's like self-doubt. I think we all have it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna end the Whatnot talk because I'm just rambling on it, and yeah, it's whatever. It is what it is. What else did I think that's the end of like my actual notes. The other thing I wanted to chat about, I got everything sorted right now, so I'm just gonna start putting away in the bins, but it's pretty loud when I start doing that because I'm sliding them in and out. But the other thing I want to talk about was PoshFest. PoshFest is coming up. I am not going, more just because of the cost. And I think the struggle for me is that the last 2 years, so I've been a reseller for just over 2 years. The last 2 years, it's all been online. And I will pay for a ticket to go online 100%. I spoke at PoshFest last year, but I struggle to pay $1,500. So for me to fly down there, I'm sure it would have cost $500 to $700. And then I also would have had to get hotel and meals. And I think that that's just a really big business expense. I don't know if anything there would be new to me for information, because I feel like PoshFest a lot of times is really geared towards like novice resellers. Like they do have advanced stuff and things, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. Like, is the juice worth the squeeze, right? Would what I gain be worth it? Now, in the networking, the social part, absolutely. It would be so nice to see everyone in person. I'd be giving hugs like crazy. That part, I definitely think I'm missing out on. But on the education part, I'm just like, is it worth that, up to $1,500 for those 3 days? I just don't know. I am very curious for State of the Union and like new things coming out, but I also know that I don't have to be there live and pay all that money to find out those things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're all going to come out that evening. Someone's going to put out a video, or it'll be out online. And yeah, so I'm not going to PoshFest this year. Hopefully one of these years it'll be closer to the Canadian border and I can, justify it more. It's just so expensive to fly there this year. But yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I guess my next question is, are you going to PoshFest, and what are your thoughts? Have you been to in-person PoshFest? And what was your experience? What did you think? The sessions are good. I did see that. The sessions are really good. And if I would have gone, I think I would have applied to be a speaker again, just because I love sharing all things about my business and helping other people grow. But yeah, so that's the other thing. I've been on like working groups and committees for pharmacy technicians for advanced education and conferences. And usually when we have a keynote speaker coming in, not even any speaker coming in for the conference, we almost always are comping them a hotel room and also paying them whatever for their time, right? And that's the hard thing with Posh, is that I don't know. I imagine they would probably be paying people, but like last year when I spoke at PoshFest, I think it was just a credit or whatever. And maybe if like hotel rooms were comped, or there was like some sort of compensation besides like a Poshmark credit, that would be more feasible. But maybe they do. I didn't even look into it, to be honest. I just assumed it was a no. But yeah, I think if there was like some sort of compensation to help with the cost, but yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Like, I don't know. I enjoy helping others, but I don't have to go to PoshFest to help you guys or to share my knowledge. And because I have my own platform, yeah. Okay, that is it. I am going to leave. I have chatty worked for 27 minutes. I'm sure there's gonna be some edit outs, but yeah, my room is ready. I got to put these inventory away and then package up some parcels. I got lots of sales. The what sold, I'm dropping a what sold today. It's Friday. It should be dropping this afternoon. Is pretty good. My next what sold, like even since I recorded the video last night, is going to be good because sales have just been like crazy this week. So stay tuned this week, next week, and going forward because the what solds are back and there's lots of good items. All right, guys, I am out of here. Drop in the comments, share any thoughts, like anything you want to chat about. You guys know I'm open to talking. I love visiting with everyone. I love this community. Thank you for tuning in and supporting my channel. It means so much to me. And yeah, I'm out. All right, I am wishing you guys all many sales. I'm sending sending some extra. And I will see you next time. Bye. Doorstep, final